this your boy Flu, and you're plugged into Direct Current.
All right, so you're a musician as well as a rapper. So how does being a musician, how does that influence you as a rapper?
Being a musician, it influenced me in every facet possible. As far as me being a guitar player, it translates a lot into my production. So, certain chord structures or certain keys that I want to play in, you'll hear me playing in guitar. So, and then of course I put my guitar into my music as far as my beats are concerned. So yeah, it influences me a lot.
What attracted you to playing guitar?
Um, I don't know. For one, my dad, he used to put me on like a shit ton of rock music, and I always enjoyed it, and I want to be able to learn how to play those songs. And so once I got some money, let me buy a guitar. Let me teach myself how to play. So,
Some of the bands that made you want to play?
like some of the songs.
Some of the songs, some of the bands, anything that made you want to
Yeah.
pick up a guitar?
I was really, really, really into the '90s grunge era, like Soundgarden, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam. Like a lot of those groups, kind of turned me on to rock music heavy, and I was like, I need to learn how to play these songs because I just wanted to play them just to say I could be able to play them. But yeah, that's pretty much what got me into it heavy.
What was it about those bands that really turned you on?
I don't know. I think it was just raw energy. Just like, the down-tuned guitars and just that heavy, heavy grungy era. That's why I called it grunge. It really attracted me to rock music. And then once I learned about grunge, and then I learned about all the other eras of rock music, and I just immersed myself in rock.
So do you make your music knowing what you're going to perform over it, or do you write and then compose?
Hell no, I never make music knowing what I'm going to perform over it. I think if I even tried to do that, I'd probably fail miserably. I always, whenever I'm creating like beats and production or whatever, I just let it take me wherever it wants to take me. And then I sit down and try to create a concept around the song, and then I'll start writing from there.
How long did you work on Blacklight, from conception to finished product?
About a year and a half. Like, I was rapping with an old friend, and we had this like idea. We were gonna have like double-sided mixtapes, and like mine was Blacklight, so I was just thinking of ways that I can pose it, because after he had dropped his mixtape and I listened to it, I was like, okay, what can I do to even get on this type of level of energy? And that's when the whole concept came in, and the transitions between songs came in and stuff like that. Just ideas that pretty much created Blacklight. Man, I worked at it for a long, long, long time, and then until it was like, all right, it's done, it's ready to release. Let's get it.
Who was the friend?
His name is Keanu Mitchell. He also goes by Keanu the Cadillac. So yeah, he has some music out there too. So
Okay. So just tell us about what went into the album. How did you decide on like that it would be color themed, light themed? Where did that whole thing come from?
oh, that came from the group that I was in with my old friend. Being that his was called Hues, and hues of course means different colors and stuff like that. I want to create kind of like a opposite. That's why I kind of created Blacklight, because a blacklight, it's really not a light unless it's in the dark. Like, it's kind of opposition to what he was doing. Not like opposition, like I was opposing him, but like kind of having two different sides, like dichotomy. So yeah, that's what I wanted to do as far as that was concerned.
So earlier last month, you performed for Jackson Indie Music Week.
Hell yeah.
That wasn't your first time, was it?
It was not.
Okay.
I've actually performed for Jackson Indie Music Week twice, and the other two times was with the group that I mentioned earlier. Yeah, we did it 2017 and 2018. First time we performed, we were at Cups in Fondren, and then the second time we were at Offbeat. Shout out to Venom.
I was at the first one.
Nah, that was the second one.
Oh, the second at Cups?
The first one was at Cups.
Yeah,
The
I was at
first
that
one at
one.
Cups.
Yeah, I was
It was
dope.
empty. It was empty. It was empty. But no, my mom was there. She a real one for that. My mom was there. We had probably the longest set we've ever had. It was like 45 minutes, and we just performed mixtape hits the whole time. It was fun. It was a really cool experience. Like one of the first times we performed as a group. So I
What,
think we enjoyed it.
what's been the difference for you from the other performances in this year?
I know what I'm doing. It's, you know what I'm saying, I study all the homies. I've studied Dev Mag, I've studied Vitamin C, I've studied Dre Dice to a T. So I'm trying to get to that point where, you know what I'm saying, I have the same type of performance energy that they do. And so, you know, and I still go to their shows, so, you know, it's always a comparison. So yeah, it's always me trying to live up to live up to what they do.
So, from all your years performing, what's your impression of the music scene in Jackson?
Um, I have a really great feeling about it. Like, I don't know, everybody is so cohesive. Everybody's willing to, you know, work with everybody. Everybody's showing love to everybody. Like, yeah, I think it's in a good place. I feel like this year and upcoming years are going to see very, very, very developmental growth as far as the music scene goes in Jackson. I'm excited to be a part of it. Excited to see what happens.
Okay, and to wrap up, what do people not know about Jackson, about our art scene, about the city in general that they should know?
There's always something to do. I think a lot of people in Jackson, they're like, oh my God, there's nothing to do. There's nobody to see. There's nothing to pull up to. And I mean, if you just dipped a little bit into the music scene and the art scene, you will literally have a move every week. A couple of moves every week because there's always something to do. There's so much culture here, so much art, so much music here that like the possibilities are endless. So yeah.